If you'd like to entice butterflies into your landscape or patio, you can plant nectar sources for the butterflies, but something they can't resist are host plants. And host plants are where they lay their eggs and where the caterpillars mature, form chrysalises, and then emerge as butterflies again. So these plants are very specific to specific species of butterflies, and you can visit the website SW Monarchs and then link on way stations and then enter your regional specific data for information on what species are in your local area and which species of host plants you should plant. Be very cautious if you're using pesticides in your garden. These can be transferred to not only the eggs and caterpillars, but also transferred through the plants to the nectar and harm adult feeding butterflies and moths. So if you have pests in the gardens, first of all, make sure that they're actually pests and not beneficials that might look menacing like ladybug larvae or lacewings. These actually are really helpful for you in the garden. They can eat a lot of aphids and control some of the bad bugs that you have. So use the least invasive method for removal if you do have pests, either hand picking or organic products like Safer soap, neem oil, isopropyl alcohol, something that's not going to stay and persist and harm eggs, caterpillars, and feeding butterflies. And also be mindful if you're buying plants in a nursery. A lot of the nurseries apply systemic insecticides that can persist for up to 6 or 8 months in the plants after you've purchased them. Again, these systemics can be transferred to eggs, caterpillar, and adult butterflies. So something to be aware of for host plants, they are the food source for caterpillars, so they're going to get some damage. So just acknowledge that you're going to sustain some damage to these plants, and a great way to kind of camouflage this is to interplant with nectar sources. So if you make dense plantings, this not only provides food for the adults, but also places for them to lay their eggs, and also some shady spots and wind-resistant spots that gives them a little bit of shelter in the interim. If you want to just add a few plants into your landscape, you can add plants that serve as both nectar and larval food plants. And some of these plants you can see on our property at Springs Preserve are milkweeds, red fairy duster, Mexican redbud, dahlia, disodia, kidneywood, tuberosa, lantana, honey mesquite, and globe mallow.